long time since I invited you to my Zoom class. So what a pleasure and what a privilege for me and for my students to invite you all the way from Japan.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Yes. So how has been your life in Japan so far?
Oh, I love it here. It's so different from the UK.
Yeah.
It's very hot. The weather is very hot for me. It's a lot
Oh,
warmer than the UK.
so what's the temperature there?
The temperature, I think it's 33 degrees
Oh.
Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
But is it hot where you are?
So here in Indians, actually Indians are used to bear as much as 45, 46, even 50, because we are so used to the heat wave conditions.
Oh, yes, because you're used to it then. Oh, because we're
Yeah.
not used to it, the British
Yeah.
people. We're used to the rain and the cold.
Yeah. Yes, I do understand. But how about the food? In terms of food, are you able to cope up with the food that is available in Japan?
Yes, because we can't. There's a lot of British food you can't buy here. We can't
Yeah.
get like pies. No
Mm.
pies.
Mm.
Bacon, and there's a lot of food. Even vegetables. Even
Yes.
vegetables are different.
Mm.
But I'm
Yeah.
learning to adapt.
Yeah.
Eat
Survival.
Japanese food.
Yes, we need to learn the survival skills when we are out of our homeland.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mark, for your presence today. And I would like to invite one of my students to interact with you. Husnia, I would like to start with you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you, sir. This is
Nice to meet
Husnia,
you too.
an eighth grader from JHS School, Alavaram. Sir, can I ask you a question?
Oh, so I couldn't hear that. Could you say that again?
Yeah, Husnia, go ahead and ask loudly, Husnia.
Yes, sir. What is the main difference between England and Japan in terms of lifestyle, food, and other aspects?
Yes, it's different in every respect. I've I don't think you can find two countries so alien to each other. It's completely different in terms of lifestyle, culture, how people behave sociably. Food is very different. Like I was just saying to your teacher that in the UK we eat a lot of pies. Can't get pies here. And what else can we get? Vegetables are even different. Different types of vegetables here. But and also in the UK, it's okay for people to eat or drink in the street. Here, you can't eat or drink in the streets. And here, the streets are very clean, where they're not so clean in the UK. Because people, that's why you can't eat and drink in case you drop anything. But they're very strict on that. And, you know, if you dropped anything, any litter, but it's completely different lifestyle, completely.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. Actually, you have mentioned that the vegetables are different from English to Japanese. How different vegetables you find in Japan?
Yes, because we're used to potatoes and carrots. You don't see those. There's a different varieties of potatoes we get. They're not the same, and you can't really get carrots. There's a lot more green vegetables. There, a lot more peas and beans than there are there, and we can't get baked beans, which we eat a lot in the UK. You don't get so much tin food.
Yeah.
That's
So
different.
you have also mentioned that the street food is not actually encouraged in Japan, whereas in England, street food is I think is buzz everywhere.
Yeah,
So
people walk along eating, you know,
yes,
a burger from McDonald's or something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Have you got adapted to eat the food with the chopsticks?
Yes, I learned a few years ago how to use chopsticks.
Yeah.
Once you learn, it's easier than you think.
Yes. That's a different lifestyle. I think.
Hello.
My name is Padmaja. I am an 8th grader from Jilla School, Alavaram. I am so glad to interact with you. Now, I would like to ask you a question. Can I ask, sir?
Yes, of course.
Are native English speakers greatly respected there?
A native speaker of English, do you mean? Not really, because Japan is not an English-speaking country. They learn English in school, but they more learn it as a foreign language, not as a second language. Even though they can speak it, they would more respect you if you spoke their language. You speak Japanese. So I try to speak Japanese as much as I can, but my Japanese isn't good. So what they'll do, they will speak a little bit English if you have a problem, but I don't like to do it, speak to English too much, because I think it puts pressure on them to because they've got to think what they learned at school. But it's not really an English-speaking country like a lot some Asian countries are.
Yes, Mark, have you noticed any difference between the Chinese and the Japanese in terms of the acquiring the English language? Do you think the Chinese learn faster than the Japanese, or Japanese learn faster than the Chinese? I mean, English language.
I think the Chinese do, because their education system is quite stricter. They teach them from a very young age, and they teach them a lot of things from a very young age, like music. Like Chinese children, they all play musical instruments. They play violin or piano, and they're taught from the age of like 4 years old to learn. They're taught English from a young age.
Yeah.
And I've had some students, Chinese 5-year-old students, who speak English better than most British people speak English.
Yeah. So
yeah, Japanese, they don't learn until they're a bit older, on like secondary school, high schools. They don't learn as young as Chinese.
Yes. I also heard that the Japanese are so punctual, and they are so strict in terms of taking the food, and they always go for the nutritious food rather than the fast food. So are the Japanese that much health conscious and food conscious?
Young people, they like the fast food, like McDonald's, KFC. They like those, but the older people more stick to the traditional diets.
Oh, yes. So you have learned a few words to communicate with the Japanese students when you are outside the home, in order to buy the vegetables or the food, and you need to communicate with them. So are they able to understand your Japanese language? Are they able to understand your English?
Yeah, in the end, I always get it wrong, or I forget a word, and then they use English. But I always don't like to use it too much, because I think it makes a problem for them, because they've got to remember what they learned at school. But like I was saying to you, student, they're not really an English-speaking country.
Yeah.
Like China is. China, English is like a second language, but here it's more of a foreign language.
Yeah.
I wouldn't speak to it day by day, you know.
So the people like you and many other Indians and the foreigners, and they are currently working in Japan for various projects or for their business activities. Then how about there? Are they able to mingle with the Japanese, native Japanese people in order to continue their work?
Yes, there are Indian people here, and there is a restaurant I like, an Indian restaurant, where the man is Indian, and he comes from Delhi, and he speaks really good Japanese and English.
Yeah,
and of course his own language. Yeah, there's quite a few of those that Indian people here.
Yes,
it wasn't before. It seems to got very popular with Indian people.
Yes. So Indian people are everywhere because Indians have learned the survival skills. So they are everywhere.
Oh yes, it's right.
Yes. One more student is coming now. Vrindasri, are you there? Do you have any question?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Vindashree. I'm 7th grader from JPHS High School. I would like you to ask you a question. Can I ask, sir?
Yes.
You're a versatile genius. You can sing, play music, and you can draw incredible pictures. Please share your other expertises. How do you integrate these skills in teaching?
With music, you can't really do too much with music, but we can look at the words of songs. I've done that. We can study the meanings, you know, songs, the grammar of what's been said. We look at the words of songs, but mostly use art. Always use art. That's good, but you've got to learn to draw quickly. So if they don't understand a word, I'll draw it to explain. People understand a lot more, I think, through pictures than they do words. So I use drawing, but not music really so much. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Fahad Tabsum. I am studying 8th grade from JPHS School, Ilavaram. I am so glad to interact with you. I would like to ask a question. Can I ask, sir?
Okay.
What is your approach in teaching Chinese students?
It's the same approach I have to teaching all foreign students, I think. Always make it fun, always make it entertaining. I think if something is fun and people enjoy it, they learn a lot more. I think that's the important bit. And also to get them to like you, they've got to like you, you've got to be able to laugh with people a bit. Of course, you have to be serious really about the English language itself and the, you know, the rules of English, but you don't have to be serious about it, I think. I think just keep it fun. That's my approach. Just fun and entertaining.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Mark, how long do you teach for Chinese students? Almost every day? How many? Yes.
Yeah, every day.
Mm.
And I've got 7 lessons a day.
Mm-hmm. So what are the lessons that you would like to teach to the Chinese students? Are they grammar-based or the communication-based lessons?
They're all different levels, right, and all different ages. And some are conversational, some based on grammar, some are just reading a story and then looking at how much you comprehend when you read the story, and then you'll ask questions about the story you've read.
Yes.
So it's very rare in my job. Like one day I'll have an 18-year-old who wants conversational class. Then I've got 5-year-olds is right at the beginning class with very simple stories. And
So how long does it take for you to complete the entire module? I mean the course.
It doesn't go in courses. These ones. Well, it goes in modules that last about, I think, 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
And then they'll go on to the next section. And they just slowly go up, get slightly more advanced as they move on.
Yeah.
But they're about 4-week modules.
Yes. So, Mark, in this connection, I have a one curious question. For the beginners, what do you start? What do you start teaching for the beginners? What topics usually you teach for the beginners? I mean, for Chinese.
Because they provide a lot of the materials, really. So it always begins with animals, because children love animals. There's a lot of stories revolve around animals you start off with. Cats and dogs, and then things like that, very simple things.
Then you start with the simple to complex.
Yes. It gets quite complex. You've got science-based lessons, which are quite difficult, with advanced and advanced discussions.
So, would you mind pronouncing 10 English words that many Indians struggle to express? So, that's the problem for Indians. As an Indian, I pronounce Wednesday. Maybe your way of pronunciation different. Can you pronounce the way how do you pronounce this word Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, determine.
And I've noticed with Indian speakers I've taught, they also got a habit of doing this continual verb, ing, a gerund. They'll say, instead of like, tonight I'm going to cook dinner, they'll say, tonight I will be cooking the dinner, or I will be walking. It's always ing.
Yeah.
Continuous when they speak. And I always tell them, no, cook, not cooking.
Yes. That
Yeah,
means
and I don't
that
know why. I always
yes,
put ing on the end of the word. But Pakistani people do it as well. And they do it.
Pakistani people also do the same way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Always
they
put
add
that
ing.
ing on the end of every verb, which means it's continuous.
Yes.
With the present, they'll do that a lot.
Yes. So another verb, yes, another word that Indians struggle to pronounce is determine. D-E-T-E-R-M-I-N-E. Determine.
Determine.
Yes. Yes. Next, monk.
Monk. That's why you said
Monk.
that word correctly. Monk.
Monk. Yeah. Thank you. Next word is very usual word. Everybody uses this word. Almond.
Yeah, this word, it's got an L in it, but you
Aye.
don't say the L sound. You say it's an R. And it's almond.
Violence.
Oh, you said that right. Yeah, violence.
Violence. Yes.
You don't really say the O in the word. It's just violence.
Yeah. Clothes. Clothes.
That's right. Clothes. You said that right. That's
yes.
correct. Because I've heard some students, some Chinese students, pronounce it clothes. I've heard you say that.
Yes. Picture.
That's right. You said that correctly. Picture.
Yeah. Shoot.
This one is sweet because it's got an E on the end. If it doesn't have an E, it's soup. But you add the E, it becomes sweet.
Sweet.
This is a French word. It's a word. You know, in English, we borrow a lot of words. That's a French word. So it's a French rule with the E on the end.
Okay. Another one is womb. Womb.
Oh, yeah, womb.
Womb.
You say it very long with no B on the end. It's got a B, but womb.
Womb.
It's not the word room, but with a W. So womb.
Womb. Okay.
That's it.
So next one is, I think, is a very, very complicated word. Colonel.
Oh, you said that right. Colonel.
Colonel. Yeah.
And again, we don't say that L in it. We don't. There's an L in it, but we don't say it. It is colonel.
Yeah. Colonel. Debris.
That's right. Debris.
Yeah.
There's a more emphasis on B. Debris.
Debris.
Again, that's a French word. And you know, with the S on the end, it's silent. That's a French rule. So it's not really an English rule. That's S.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mark, for teaching us some of the important words that the Indians struggle to pronounce, including me. So when I am at school, and most of these kids, actually, if you ask any one of the students, they can easily tell us. Dikshit, are you able to turn on your camera? Could you please explain the top 10 tenses and their structures and with a few examples? Can you do it quickly?
Yes, sir. Simple present. Structure. Subject plus P1 SES IES plus object. I go to school every day. I smell biryani. My mother name is Lakshmi.
Okay.
Present continuous tense. Subject plus EGMR plus ing plus object. I am listening to class right now.
Hmm.
I am attending Zoom class at present.
Hmm.
Torn jeans are getting popular these days.
Right.
Present perfect tense. Subject plus has or have plus V3 plus object.
Hmm.
I have watched TV.
Hmm.
I haven't completed my notes yet. Present perfect continuous tense. Subject plus has or have plus been plus ing plus object. I have been writing my notes all night. Simple past tense. Subject plus V2 plus object. I ate biryani yesterday. I went to temple yesterday. Past continuous tense. Subject plus was or were plus ing plus object. I was watching TV at this time yesterday. I was writing my homework at 7 p.m. yesterday. Past perfect tense. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. After I had watched TV, I watered the plants. My mother had prepared dinner by 7:30 p.m. yesterday. Simple future tense. I will attend school tomorrow. I will watch TV tomorrow. Future continuous tense. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus ing plus object. I will be watching TV at this time tomorrow. Future perfect tense. Future perfect tense.
Hmm.
Structure. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 plus object.
Yes.
I will have watched TV by this time tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So that's the mark. Actually, that's what I usually teach my students at school, other than the academics.
That's
Are you
good.
following?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good because the student was explaining the rules and
Yeah.
gave an example. That's good.
Yeah.
Because not many students can actually say the rule, what it consists of. They'll just say an example.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you teach every the components of grammar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
very good.
thank you. So, Mark, before we wind up this session, could you please give a message to my students?
Yes. I'll just say, good luck with your studies, and don't worry because you all spoke very well today. Your English was very good. So keep up the hard work, and remember, we say in English, there's an idiom. We say, practice makes perfect. Always want to practice. And if you don't practice, you never learn. Just remember that. But good luck. And you all did very well. You're doing very well.